What happened that day? There's just so many things that made no sense.
They won't say suicide. They won't say suicide.
This is a murder.
2013년 1월 27일 플로리다 브레이든턴에 두 아들을 둔 남성 패트릭 리 멀린스는 어느 날 갑자기 모습을 감추어 버립니다.
Pat's boat was a 14-foot stump knocker. My brother, Pat and I grew up on the water, and we were able to go out all the time. Boats were everywhere. I mean, we all had boats. Stump knocker is a brand, flat-bottom boat.
Stump knocker was pretty much for the Braden River, which was extremely... On January 27th, 2013, Pat wished me a good day, gave me a kiss, and off I went. We had a pretty regular routine. On a Sunday, I came home that night, 7. When I got home, Pat wasn't there. Then I walked out to where our stump knocker was kept. It was not there. Then I realized I needed help.
다급한 엄마의 전화를 받은 아들은 1시간 떨어진 템파에서 급하게 집으로 돌아와 자정부터 집 근처를 수색하기 시작했죠.
So I just jumped on and we started searching. We focused on the Braden River because we knew he was on the stump knocker, which is designed for shallow water. Then we started to go into all the small little nooks and crannies and streams.
We started a search operation with our Marine unit to commence searching for a lost boater at that point.
Helicopters went over our house in the neighborhood all night long. The next day after Pat disappeared, the Manatee Sheriff's Office called and said the stump knocker had been found.
다음 날 이상하게도 집에서 먼 거리에서 보트가 발견되고 이상한 점은 한두 가지가 아니었습니다.
The boat was found northwest of Egmont Key.
The boat was amazingly far out, so far from our house.
His belongings were in the boat, but he wasn't with it.
But the anchor was not in the boat and it was out of gas. There was no indication of a crime scene. There was no obvious sign of injury or anything that traumatic that happened. There was no troubled areas that in his past or problems that we could center on that might lead us to conclude that he went missing on his own or someone else caused.
We did go and take a look at the boat, just some kind of light red paint markings on the side of the boat. And that was something that was not there in the past.
When we find an unmanned vessel in a location like this, so we use a method called the reverse drift method. So looking at where they found the boat, it was about 9 miles offshore. We estimated that the vessel probably drifted from somewhere in the lower Tampa Bay.
계속해서 수색을 이어나가던 2월 5일 팻이 실종된 지 9일 만에 한 낚시꾼에 의해 죽음이 발견되는데 그의 몸엔 밧줄과 닷이 묶여 있었죠.
I was on my way in from a charter. I started to see what looked like a body, but I wasn't sure. And then it clicked. This is that school teacher. I noticed that he had some type of shirt, blue jeans, belt. This rope was wrapped around him. I mean, it was very well, intricately wrapped, underarm, around the neck. The rope went down the water, and there was a little bitty, tiny anchor dug into the sand. The face, and there was no nose or face. It was just, looked like spaghetti. It's the best way I could describe it.
It was February 5th that I got a phone call saying that a body had been found. It was horrible.
When we first saw the body was fully clothed, with the exception of one shoe, with a rope and anchor tied around it. There were 6 separate exit perforations on the left side of the skull, what appeared to be one larger perforation on the right side. So this was clearly a pattern of a shotgun with some kind of buckshot in this case. We don't know if it was suicide or homicide. The arms were not bound up at all, so I consider the possibility that suicide occurred in this way.
My name is Lee Williams. I was an investigative reporter at the Herald Tribune in Sarasota. The sheriff's office said it was a suicide before Pat was even pulled from the water. They were trying to convince me to leave this one alone because it was a suicide.
The police side theory was that he tied that rope around himself, tied to this anchor, positioned himself on the edge of the stump knocker, shoots himself, went overboard. How would you get to that outcome?
Pat, he didn't really have the interest in them.
죽음에 묶인 밧줄과 산탄총의 흔적에도 경찰은 사건을 자살로 매듭지기로 했지만 팻은 절대로 자살할 만한 사람이 아니었습니다.
Pat and I were married in 1983. At the high school where he worked, he was really loved and respected by the kids because he cared. And he always got the children who needed that little bit extra, the children who didn't have a father figure in their life.
He was excited for the future.
He wanted to be a grandfather so much. Pat was living a good life. He was vital, and he was close to retiring soon.
Another thing that didn't make sense is the way the rope was tied on him when he was found. They weren't knots that he would have chosen to use.
Why would you need to tie hands if perhaps he was killed beforehand? Pat would need to be unconscious or already gone to be wrapped like that.
몇 년이 흐르고 유가족은 경찰의 주장을 반박하기 위해 법의학 전문가에게 도움을 요청했고 그녀의 생각 또한 경찰의 주장과는 달랐습니다.
I'm a professor of anthropology and forensic science. He was shot with a shotgun, but he wasn't recovered on the boat. The shotgun wasn't recovered on the boat. Just the idea of the way that he was wrapped within the ropes sounded really unusual.
두개골의 총상을 토대로 재현해 보았지만 스스로 총을 쏠 수 있는 각도도 아니었고 보트에서 혈흔 또한 발견되지 않았죠. 경찰의 주장은 도무지 합리적이지 않았습니다.
It would be almost impossible to do this and not get blood in the boat.
After the body was found, we did go back to Patrick's boat. Unfortunately, we didn't get any blood spatter.
Very challenging, even when you try to do something like this, to not leave any trace evidence. Absence of trace evidence, to me, makes it less likely that it occurred in the boat.
He clearly wasn't in that boat. There's zero biological evidence in there. It means that this was not a suicide. This is a murder.
There's absolutely no did anything to his body while it was in the water for almost 10 days. After a gunshot wound to the head, there's so much blood that happens. And this is an area where there are lots of sharks. Even around here, there are alligators. Was he really in the water for 10 days?
In my humble opinion, Pat Mullins saw something out there in that boat of his that he wasn't supposed to see. Maybe because he went over as a good Samaritan and wanted to help somebody out.
If my dad saw somebody with a boat mechanical issue, I'm pretty sure he would approach and try to help them out.
So you'd have to ask yourself, what's worth taking a man's life for? Probably looking at somebody who was running drugs or some other type of contraband.
보트가 발견된 근처의 철교에 부착된 CCTV를 확인해 보기로 하지만 영상 데이터는 손상되어 확인할 수 없었습니다.
We obtained the video shortly after this incident happened. Unfortunately, the CXX personnel downloaded a corrupt video file.
I was definitely frustrated that was an immediate dead end because footage was so important to us.
It is frustrating. We have no facts, no answers, just theories.
이어 팻이 사망하고 유가족과 친하게 지내던 이웃 데이먼이 마치 죄책감을 느끼고 있는 듯 정말 이상한 언행들을 보이며 사람들의 의심을 자아냈죠.
After Pat's disappearance, Damon's behavior quickly became markedly different. Damon was very upset when Pat was missing and presumed dead.
Constantly asking, if something happened, would you still be my friend?
And eventually, Damon intimated that he'd been using crystal meth.
He got more paranoid, impulsive.
The Memorial Day, after my dad had passed, the family and some extended friends got together, and Damon did come out, and I saw Damon tie a rope to his dog, tie that rope around himself.
It was in the exact manner that it was on Pat's body. Extremely troubling.
그뿐만이 아니었습니다. 데이먼의 배에 보이는 빨간색 페인트들은 팻의 배에서 발견된 페인트와 너무나도 유사했고 데이먼은 주검이 발견된 곳에서 멀지 않은 곳에서 살고 있었죠.
That was just something that was like, maybe we ought to look into this.
The police really wanted to sample Damon's boat that they knew was red. They were declined by Damon.
It got to the point eventually he stopped talking to us.
After Damon passed away, his daughter did give permission for a paint chip to be taken from his boat, and the paint on the side of the stump knocker. The feedback we got from the police department was that, yes, it's a match, no, it's not important.
In reading the report that came back, the boat cannot be eliminated as a possible source of red paint smears on the victim's boat.
I feel Damon is aware of what happened to Pat. I think it was on the first year anniversary that I started doing flyers. We weren't getting any closer to an answer.
9 years later, I feel like someone out there is going to have some answers.
안녕하세요, 덕봉입니다. 풀리지 않은 미스터리 시즌3의 7화 바다로 떠내려간 시신이었습니다. 2013년에 발생해 현재까지도 미제로 남은 사건이었는데요. 밧줄과 머리의 총상만으로도 타살이 유력한 것 같은데 어떻게 저렇게 수사가 종결되었는지 정말 의아하네요. 풀리지 않은 미스터리 시리즈의 사망사건은 이상하게 대부분이 경찰의 부실 수사가 낳은 결과 같기도 합니다. 너무 안타깝네요. 넷플릭스 오리지널 시리즈 풀리지 않은 미스터리 추천드리면서 오늘 영상 여기서 마치겠습니다. 재밌게 보셨다면 구독과 좋아요 부탁드립니다. 댓글도요. 제발 항상 건강하시길 바라겠습니다.